Like I was a very like I still am very daring, but I was really ambitious, and I still am. But that was the first time I realized that singing could be so easy also.
Yeah.
Like Beatles and everything came, I think, when I was in my 12th standard. Like not before
Yeah.
that. I didn't know who they were. Imagine.
Sorry, Imagine
And
it's John Lennon.
what else? Oh,
But yeah.
well done.
What is up, guys? Vardhan here, and you're watching episode 6 of Muso Talks. And today we have one of the most original sounding artists that I know, none other than Swati Bhatt. I really hope you like this conversation. What is up, Swati? How are you? How have you been?
Hi, Vardhan. I've been very well, and I'm just really happy to see you. It's
Yeah,
been a
same
very
here.
long time, and uh, like I personally was looking forward to this Monday because I'm going to see my old friend today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you having? Part of the show is to have your favorite drink. This show is not yet sponsored by Nescafe.
Clearly. It should be though. It's high time. Nescafe. You can just put it there. Anyway, I'm just having tea. Yaar.
I remember, like, the first time we met, the dorm of Sam.
Yeah. Complex.
Crazy tha yaar.
That used to be so much fun though.
Sam was
Like
like one
living
of the
like
best
that.
parts of learning music.
Absolutely.
Like full-time music without distractions.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have nothing there. Like literally, look back,
Literally.
there's nothing.
देखो बस पूरा दिन आसमान की फोटो लो and all the puppies, like nothing else. 50 kilometers.
Toto,
Toto,
Snarky,
Snarky,
Toto. Oh
yes.
my god.
What else will musicians do
Dude.
if you leave them alone among other musicians?
Seriously. Seriously.
Amazing, yaar. What lovely days. Okay, so can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about coming from Raipur, coming to Delhi, and like how your journey began? At least in the music field, like how your music journey began.
Yeah, sure. So actually, I came to Delhi for my graduation,
Oh,
which was back in 2013. Yeah. And I was actually heading towards doing economics and maybe probably a master in that. Maybe I also wanted to appear for IAS. I was really ambitious, and I still am. But back then it was more towards academics, so I
correct.
went with it. And 3 years down the line in my college, I was always extremely involved with music anyway throughout my life, and I think college just gave me that exposure which my hometown I had no exposure.
Correct.
So coming to Delhi, I joined a lot of things throughout the life of like throughout the college life, and it just gave me more and more indications, more and more signs, more confidence, and pretty much I figured out by the end of my college that this is what I want to do, and now I need to get up and understand this art better. Need to educate myself a lot more
Correct.
before I make a career in this. So yeah, I mean, briefly, if you ask me, that's how the journey was. I was a very new kid in the city, sort of a
Yeah.
thing, in
Movie
my
बना
first year,
देते हैं.
and I was literally everything opened up, all these doors opened up, and I definitely seized all the opportunities as I got.
Correct.
Like I'd never left anything, and I was up for working like more and more hours for sure. Like we used to have college, then there would be society rehearsals 3 to 5. 5 p.m. I come back. I was part of Music Basti, so I used to go and teach uh, to like really remote areas. So I was a very like I still am very daring, but back then also I would just go in an auto and do teach, and then I'd come back by 7. Then I had a rehearsal with Vocal Rasta, another
Wow.
group I was working with. So like by 9, I'm very happily dead.
Yeah.
Like I was.
Satisfied.
It was like everything. Yeah, it was like everything was a reward. Every moment that I was spending was so good. So by the end of the day, when I'm having dinner, I'm definitely dead, but I'm just like so happy. So that was how packed my college life used to be. And uh, it kept on shifting also. Like by third year I was part of more things and I left a few things. You know how life
Correct,
goes.
correct, correct.
But overall it was, I think that was my main thing, that I was juggling, hassling through 3 4 races, giving my 100% in as much as I
Of
could. So I
course.
didn't sign up for more than what I could do, but I could do a lot back then. And like now, maybe now I'm more focused on one, two, two major projects
Correct,
and then a lot of underlying projects.
correct,
But back then, everything was like so close to my heart. They were all my main projects.
correct. Yeah, correct. Like,
But I think, yeah,
absolutely. And it's like the more you do, you realize, okay, this is what I want to do out of all of this. And then you start focusing and, like picking your favorite ones, and then you like really get deep into that sort of thing.
yeah, yeah.
And then,
That's
like,
exactly what happened.
after finishing your graduation and understanding, okay, like, like music is like a real thing and you can actually make a career out of all this. So what happened? Like, Sam was next, or was there something in between?
Um, Sam did happen next, but so basically 2016 May I graduated.
Yeah.
And then I had, I think, 6 months with me, in which I was still working with the groups I was with a part of. So I continued working there while looking for the next thing, which was educating myself, getting into the depth of every knowledge that I've been missing out on. Because until Raipur, Raipur had no teacher for me personally. In Western music, there was nobody. And all I did there was classical music. I learned like for 6 good years. I did
Oh,
that,
wow.
like the degree thing that we have in classical
Prayag.
music. So I did that. Prayag. So in Raipur, in like Khairagarh University,
Yeah.
it's called Visharad
Okay,
and
yes,
all.
yes,
So
yes,
that's what
yes. Correct.
so that was the 6 year thing. But that was happening while I was in school also. So simultaneous ho raha
Correct.
tha. But I was also shifting towards Western music in the middle of that course. So like 3 years down the line, I was also doing Western because I was more like, it was more of my calling, which I realized later. I was learning guitar. I started classes for guitar, and it just sort of started happening that my doors were opening again, as I like to say, um, to new worlds, new horizons of music. And coming to Delhi, through all this exposure, it just kept boosting more and more of my confidence. But then when it comes down to how much music theory I knew, or how much knowledge I had about particularly technique, vocal technique, breathing technique, I knew nothing. I knew zero. Literally. I mean, I could do whatever I could do because of my ears. Like I was
Correct.
thankfully, I had like great ears. So that has majorly been my musicality throughout, uh, until Sam. So Sam was the first time I got my formal training in Western music. That was the first time I realized that, oh, singing could be so easy also.
Yeah.
Up until then, I was, you would sing uh, the way you feel is sounding the best
Correct.
to
Correct.
you.
Correct.
But when you finally start learning the vocal technique, you start to sound like yourself, which is the right way, which is the good way, and
Yeah.
the more natural and energy saving way, best way.
Yeah, absolutely. And like exactly what you said, just to find your own voice, sometimes it'll
Yeah,
take so long. Some people are born with it. They never try to
yeah,
replicate somebody or imitate somebody. They just sing it in their own way, and that's amazing. Like,
yeah.
but
It
but
is.
the whole point is like, I don't know. So many singers always try to replicate somebody else. Like they can
Yeah,
literally see how will that person be singing it. It's also a good
yeah.
thing in a way. Like you can imitate so well, but if that's what you want to become,
You're
yeah.
learning through that.
And but ultimately it's like you need to find your own voice and your own space and your own tone, just to put it musically. Perfect. so so
Absolutely. No, you're
so when you were
completely
in
right.
Raipur, you were studying classical music. What were your influences and inspiration back then? What were you listening to like that shifted your mind towards Western music?
So the very first band I heard was Linkin
Oh,
Park.
come on, it has to be that.
Okay. Yeah, so there was Linkin Park. Then Pink Floyd happened. Then like I listened to Beatles very later in
Ooh.
life. Like Beatles and everything came, I think, when I was in my 12th standard. Like not before
Yeah.
that. I didn't know who they were. Imagine. So yeah, Pink Floyd, Linkin Park,
Sorry, Imagine is
and
John Lennon.
what else? Oh,
But yeah.
Pardon. But yeah, John Lennon and a few of these, Bryan Adams. There was this Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of
Correct.
us time ke pop
All
stars,
those
obviously,
90s
but
and early
apart from
2000s.
them, but I think Pink Floyd was the one that changed it for me.
Yeah.
Like back then also, like I was listening to it. I used to listen to it with my earphones
I know.
on and take like a stroll on my terrace while looking at nothing but just the sky, and the sound, the production, everything. Like
Legendary.
I have never heard anything like this
Exactly.
before.
What's your favorite Pink
So
Floyd song?
details and everything. Don't ask me that. I can't. I can never choose
Come
one.
on,
No,
come
no,
on.
no, no, no.
Just for the sake of it.
Yeah, Shine on
Oh,
You.
wow.
I mean, because I have like a personal
Of course. That's what I'm
thing with
saying.
it.
What's your
That's why,
favorite?
yeah.
My favorite would be
What's
Comfortably
your
Numb
favorite?
by Pink Floyd. And the
Oh,
reason
yeah.
for that is because when I finished graduation and I was applying for the ECA
Yeah.
quota in all the colleges, क्योंकि वैसे तो मिलना नहीं था admission.
Yeah.
तो when I was applying for the ECA quota, so there's this almost 5-minute solo at the end of Comfortably Numb, which I practiced at least 500 times to get it right and to get the feel
Yes.
right.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
to play it during the ECA trials and all that. It's like there was a Super Mario piece and the Comfortably Numb solo that I like. Super Mario full on fingerstyle classical, and this one was like
Wow.
Comfortably Numb ka last wala solo. And I was like, that's when I really heard Pink Floyd, like getting deep into that. And like, because when you listen to something to prepare it, you listen to it like so deeply. And again, those having those ears to listen to the music so deeply and so intimately, and that's the point. So, after finishing your graduation, Sam was next. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey at Sam?
Of course, would love to.
I mean, I know,
Not
yeah,
that you
exactly.
already
I mean, I know
like
half
you know
of it,
about
but
it, but yeah. But so I went for the camp, 5-day camp
summer
of
camp, yeah.
Sam, which happened in 2016, which was October 2016, and I was still trying to figure out what my next step's gonna be. And I went there. There was a friend of mine, also like a really senior person in the group, Chayan Adhikari. So I was on a call with him, and I was, asking for like, I think, like I see him as a mentor. So I was talking to him about what I can do next, and he was the one who suggested me that Sam is there. He also suggested GMI, which was there in
I know.
Delhi. But thankfully, Sam's workshop was happening right away, and I was like, okay, let me just go for this, sign up for this, and get a feel of what it's gonna be
Correct.
like. So I think that camp was everything I needed to
Absolutely.
understand that this is all I want.
Absolutely.
It truly like shaped my mind in a way that I was like certain this is what I'm gonna do. So I prepared after that. Like after the camp, I came back. I was like, but I have to be of some level because
Yeah.
like music theory
Yeah.
and everything. And thankfully, because of all the training I've had in Indian classical, it's relatively very easy to pick up
Anything.
anything. Like even
Correct.
your training, harmony, even theory, it's all the same. Just the grammar, the name has changed. So I was sitting with a book. There was this one particular modal book which I bought,
Which one
and
was
I
it, if you
just
remember?
made sure that I was ready with
What was it, if you remember?
something contemporary harmony for
Okay.
beginners,
Okay.
something like that. Okay, so I read that whole book. I can actually give out better
Yeah.
books now. Not that one. That one I won't recommend. I mean, it's good
Yeah.
for beginners, but yeah. Then there was the exam that happened before
Yeah.
enrolling in SAM. Like they basically take that exam to place you
Correct.
on which grade you can go to, which harmony 2,
Correct.
harmony
Correct.
1, which level sort of you can be in. And I gave that. And back then they had first a 3-month course of what do they
Trimester.
call it? No. So they had a 3-month course of uh, something that comes before diploma. Like before
Okay.
you're ready for
Okay.
diploma, they do 3 month of. They had
I
a
know. I
name
know.
for
I
it. Sorry,
I
I'm
can't
not. I
remember
don't
it, but
remember.
yeah, I know.
So that 3 month of like beginner course, and then you can do the
Foundation
diploma,
or
which
something.
was
I don't know.
7-month diploma.
Something like that.
हाँ, कुछ
Foundation KM
something.
में था. As at KMs.
Foundation, yeah,
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah.
That is it. हाँ, so 3 month of foundation course होता था, and then there was 7 months of diploma, basically 2 semesters. But that foundation is maybe for people who have
No idea.
no
Correct,
idea
correct.
pretty much about any of this. So I gave the exam, I got through diploma, and like some of the subjects they gave me off level 2 of diploma, and it's not a good thing. I was absolutely like it was so nerve wracking. Like I remember the first class I went to, and I was like, "Kya chal raha hai?" I have no fucking idea. What am I doing here?
I know.
Oh my god. So I was suddenly given this upgrade. It came with a lot of responsibility for me to catch it up, and thankfully the people I was working, I mean,
Yeah.
who were there, part of the SAM, they all helped me, especially some
Yeah.
of them who helped me with getting the theory lessons. And I was a very fast learner. I'm a very
Yeah.
very fast learner, so I picked it all up. In a week or two, I finally felt like, okay, yeah, I deserve.
Kar
Okay,
lungi.
okay, cool.
It was crazy, dude. It was so
Exactly.
intense.
I mean, so crazy. Thankfully, we have such places
Correct.
in India which give us these opportunities. Now, talking about my experience, more like a learning experience about what I learned from there. So, it again, world music, like music from around the globe, especially because we had teachers who were from around the globe. And they come with not just their music, also their understanding, their own
Personalities, yeah.
upbringing. And you're not only learning music, you're also learning how to be a better human because they are incredible people. Some of them were just like,
I know.
the best. And just spending some time with them would make us super zen. And it also helped a lot for me personally to frame my philosophy of
Absolutely.
music, of what it really is, of how you can actually use it for yourself and not just use it, be one with it, and let it be such a big part of you that it's pure, it's very
Absolutely.
honest,
Correct.
it flows. There is no self-doubt there. There is no feeling of jealousy or anything, pretty much. No
It's just who you are.
competitiveness. It's just,
Yeah.
it's there. It's you. Yeah. And it's such a appreciative environment to be around so many musicians who are like there to bring you up. So, I mean, if you can find yourself a group of people who helps you just be yourself while you're learning something, then that's like the best thing you can have. And we did have,
Yeah, go on.
and we did have like some amazing performances and some amazing learning through gigs
Absolutely.
that we could do
Pondicherry.
around there, which was like the most first-hand, which was like the best first-hand experience one can have. And it was, I think those were the days which pretty much shaped us as musicians, which, overall, a whole, it's very whole concept. It's not just theory or performance or confidence. It's a very wholesome thing, and that is something that came because we were there 24/7, surrounded by people who are learning different music. It's not just, there were vocalists, there were guitarists, pianists,
Everyone.
producers, so much going on. Plus, after classes, you can always, like, I would do this. I would sit for piano lesson. I would sit for
Correct.
production lesson. I
Correct.
would with
Of
my
course.
friends because we were just giving
Yeah.
each other lessons, and that was so incredible too because you're learning together and there's so much to learn. Basically, for those 7 months, all I could think of was there's so much to learn. Yay, let's do this. I was this super excited, curious
I know, dude, and
bacha.
especially like a, a few moments that I never forget are it used to be 3:50 and 3:50 से 4 तक 10 मिनट की चाय ब्रेक मिलती थी.
Yeah. Oh
And that
yes.
10-minute break, I remember like Thomas and Paul and me and Jaren and like so many of us, we just go out, sit,
Yeah.
and you would learn so much in those 10 minutes. Like we were talking about like working with Eric Clapton and this and that and all that because we didn't do that in class. But just because the conversation come up during that chai, you don't get these things, if you don't get into that sort of
Wow.
environment, you can never have all this. And these conversations make you,
I totally agree with-
they give you such a huge experience and like inspiration. Oh, like that one.
Absolutely.
Um, one thing Paul taught us was when he was teaching us compression, he was like, okay, so I think Bruce Sweden was, he's a legend. I mean, he was a legend. He just expired. And he was recording Michael Jackson. Okay. And in Thriller, I think. And, like MJ does all these, all those little, like very little
Yeah.
sounds he makes and, like things like that. And those breaths. So he was telling me, कि जो compressor होता है, and like all this happens during chai break, So he's like, वो जो compressor होता है, just because it was not picking up all those things. तो ऐसे compressor में 4 buttons होते थे. Like back then things were analog, and
Yeah.
so he was
yeah.
like, okay, the ratio is 4, उससे ऐसा आ रहा है 8, उससे ऐसा आ रहा है 16, ऐसा आ रहा है 32 ऐसा. He pressed all of them together. And just because that
Whoa.
compression got so high,
Okay.
that was the effect that the MJ songs have, like that was how it was created. Ki, if you have like all those little
Yeah.
voices and that's part of your personality or during performing a song and recording a song, that's how that was invented, and then there was that knob in
Yeah.
digital and plugins and all of that. So you don't get all of
That's
this,
amazing. I
like
didn't
during
know
it's
this.
you can't get it say during like an online course or things like that. But these conversations you have outside of like a curriculum and outside of your like your professional mindset or all that, it's a very comfortable zone. Sab bahar gaye 10 minute chai and sutta and whatever. Everybody's just enjoying that bit and playing football after that and then discussing all that. Was
Oh.
all like what a life changing experience with
Yeah.
Sam.
I completely agree. And thanks for telling me that.
I mean,
did
see,
not know.
like sometimes
in
we
that-
don't understand how things work. Like, suppose how does a compressor work? You won't understand it like that. Ki, कि अरे इसका ये knob वो knob. But when you hear stories like this, कि this is what he did, and they tell him उसने उसके threshold को ऐसे
Yeah.
कम किया and इतना ratio बढ़ा दिया and he just pressed all the buttons and then ratio high होने से you get all that like really impactful sort of compression. So this is how you learn, through examples, through
Yeah.
stories, through all that. You can't just teach through what do you say, like textbooks and all that. Like it's so important in any field to
Absolutely.
learn through examples and not just music. But like so fortunate
Yeah.
we got to attend Sam and learn all of that. And thanks Paul for that.
Seriously. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, I love
Dude,
that. guy.
he was 60
Such a
when
great
he was
teacher.
here, and he was way more energetic
Yeah.
than all of us. He was like jumping around. He was like, "Oh, come on, okay,
Seriously.
let me see how do we do that." It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for Paul, because I I obviously would have never had somebody who's so experienced and even at the age of 60 and teaching us so privately, just 2 of us in a class, and because that was the first batch, the first batch,
Yeah.
and getting to spend so much time with him closely and understanding okay how things happen एंड अदरवाइज यहाँ को देखो यार 60 साल के लोगों को कैसे होते हैं. लाइक आई एम नॉट कंपेयरिंग बट दे आर लाइक काम एंड रिलैक्स एंड वो एक्सपीरियंस की बातें करेंगे. बट ही इज ऑल हाइप्ड अप, you know. He's like, okay, this is how you do, this is how you do. He was like, ये वो 15 साल और कर सकता है ये काम. Amazing dude. Like Sam was absolutely life changing. And you know, like similarly for me, I went to Delhi School of Music. I went to KM Music Conservatory, Rahman Sir's college, and then Faculty of Music and Arts, जो अपना Delhi University का. So just having to experience all these different learning institutions में क्या क्या, you know, what they're teaching you, the way they're teaching you, because at KM the way they used to teach was so different. And obviously, you know, you always had like, okay, Rahman sir is going to probably hear this at the end of the semester and this and that, and you know, so you're preparing for something so big, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally performing for Oscars. It feels so big. Like every semester, every practice, you know, like you stay dedicated. That is why.
Yeah.
And apart from that, you know, so KM was like a very what do you say, Western classical and technology focused way of learning music. You know, they're very focused on classical music there, Indian also and Western also, and of course a lot of technology because you know. And Sam was like very performance oriented, you know, like jazz and funk and all those, like, you know, it was very different. It was not as much classical focused, but it was very modern and very performance oriented, you know.
Yeah. Very contemporary.
And like when I went to Faculty of Music and Arts here in Delhi University, it's a completely classical based you know, institution. So the teachers are like 30-40 साल से वो लोग गा रहे हैं. सोचो, like they've learned under Bhimsen Joshi ji and like so many you know, legends, and they're sharing that knowledge with you directly. So this doesn't happen, you know, at every place. So you have to keep learning, keep going to different places, keep learning from wherever you can, keep picking up whatever you can, and it's been so amazing. Wow.
You've been to so many of them also. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah. You know, you never feel satisfied. That's why you
Of
keep
course.
looking for it. आज भी मुझे ऐसा लगता है यार, I don't know, I can probably quit everything and, you know, like intern under a legend or something. You know, like Rahman sir, Hans Zimmer, or that level कि हाँ ठीक है, probably, you know, just quit everything, learn like 2-3 years under somebody who's way above what you're doing, you know. So it's never going to stop. And it's amazing, you know. It's there's always so much to look forward to. That's the best part about it, कि you never feel, oh भाई मुझे तो बहुत कुछ आ गया.
So much we want to learn and all.
Correct. Absolutely. And also, like after coming back from Sam, I know that you have been teaching a lot. You know, like you've got so much, you've learned so much from so many teachers, and so you've been teaching that as well. And you know, I feel that it's amazing because you also have to give back the more you take.
Yeah.
And so, can you tell us a little bit about your classes and your teaching and all that?
Sure. So, I have been basically the voice faculty of this college, One World College in Gurgaon.
Wow.
And that was the first teaching job I had, apart from Music Basti, like the one I mentioned.
Correct.
Which was there, yeah. So, basically, Music Basti happened when I was in college, and that was me teaching kids from NGOs and, you know, government schools or underprivileged spaces. So those spaces, and
love that
it was
name
very
also,
free.
first of all.
Yeah, it was a great experience. Those kids were amazing, and like for 3 years I was part of that place, and we would culminate it with a full concert at the end where all these kids are performing their own songs. So we used to write a song with them throughout the year, and they would perform it by the end of the year with us. Like we would be helping them out a little bit, but it was majorly all that. And that concert had such a beautiful energy. All these kids coming together, super excited, super happy to
Wow.
bring their own songs and
I
listen
know.
to each other's songs.
Wow.
And it used to be beautiful. It used to happen at Garden of Five Senses, so like a
Oh,
very
wow.
beautiful amphitheater over
Yeah, I
there.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very green and beautiful. Anyway, so that was my first teaching job.
Teaching part.
But
Yeah.
then One World is a completely professional space. It's students joining to learn specifically music. We have
Correct.
private lessons, group lessons, and all. Uh, Particularly my experience, I didn't know how well I would be at that, but I had Music Basti's experience of like handling a crowd, handling not a crowd, I mean
Yeah.
students. So I knew that I would be like, I had confidence that I can do this.
स्वाति के अंदर का
But
परफॉर्मर जाग गया, handling a crowd, you know.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
true. It's difficult to switch, but it's
Yeah.
so nice to have like both going on at the
Correct.
same time. So yeah, I mean, in One World, when I started teaching, it just became such an integral part of my life, and not because of that I got so much more confidence in general. It's also like a complete constant revision of everything that you've learned, or at least most part of it. And the moment you see your students, you know, figuring it out for themselves, that that moment is the most special there can ever be, because I see myself in them all the time, obviously, when I'm like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be done. Oh god, I was breathing wrong all the time, all this time. Like, you know, those
Yeah.
moments are priceless. And
I
just
know.
just whatever growth, like everybody has their own pace
Correct.
of how they are growing. They have their own voices, they have their own interests of what they want to do with it. And it's just beautiful. For like, I realized that I'm a very personalized teacher,
Yeah.
which is how you should be. I
It
mean,
should be.
you know, you are creating something different with every student because they are different.
Correct.
They're very unique,
Wow.
and you're trying to get their unique voices out. You're trying to get them represented through that as well. Your voice is you. Who are you? So like, I used to ask these questions to them, you know.
Wow.
Like, if you're doing a song, you're singing that song, now start take a moment and speak the lyrics. Speak it like you're telling it to somebody, or maybe you've written the song. You know, what is your interpretation of the song? How will you interpret these lines? Not the ones that, you know, maybe
Yeah.
Adele has written a breakup
Yeah,
song,
yeah.
but you know, read it. Is it maybe something that you are feeling for your own self? Maybe you have been very, you know, let down by yourself, and now you want to pick yourself up again.
Yeah.
Maybe, I know, I mean, you know, lyrics can have
Things like
three,
that.
four
Of
different
course, yeah.
interpretations. So those things, you know, like, speak it through your, how you would want to say after you've learned the song. Especially in jazz music also, I still do this a lot, where I'm asking now, you know, once they've learned the Ella version of some song,
Yeah.
Ella Fitzgerald version, now I'm asking her, ki, okay, pause, take a pause. How would you develop your own, you know, way of singing this? Change something in this line now.
Yeah.
Change something for yourself. Like, zabardasti, you know, like, do something different.
Correct.
So I would at least hear like 3-4 renditions from each student of that particular standard, just for them to explore more.
Correct.
Just pushing them a little,
Correct.
little, so
Correct.
that, like, you know, and by the end product is so good. Not product, I mean the end result,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
should
yeah,
say.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful because they are developing their style like that. So I think that curiosity is super important. Plus, like, if you have a student who's equally up for experimenting,
Wow.
like, experimentation is such a crucial thing to do if you're into any art form.
Correct.
I feel
Absolutely.
you should never be satisfied with, I mean, I don't know, personally I feel that you shouldn't be satisfied with one thing that you've done. Like,
Correct.
try variations. You never know what can spark more inspiration, what can bring you more closer
Absolutely.
to who you
Because
are.
this thing is endless, right? Like, so
Yeah.
classical music maybe, you know, that's what they teach you, कि एक ही लाइन को, एक ही वर्ड को कितने तरीके से, कितनी जगह से, कितनी tempo and low and high and whatever. So I remember one thing. I was performing recently. अभी जैसे ही थोड़ा सा लॉकडाउन खुला था, I was performing at somebody's birthday. It was a 50 odd people gathering, and it was at the Grand Vasant Kunj में. And so ख़त्म हो गया. Like, we didn't really get to perform properly क्योंकि वो कभी कुछ, you know, like all that. We kept having breaks. And then last में, the host, he's like a celebrity, but ही वाज लाइक नहीं यार अब थोड़ी देर सिर्फ सुनते हैं, आप आराम से मतलब यू नो लाइक फील कंफर्टेबल एंड डू दिस. बट ही इज़ ऑल्सो
Yeah.
अ लॉट इन टू से स्पिरिचुअलिटी एंड यू नो कल्चर एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स. सो हम बैठे एंड मैंने एक आध गज़ल गा रहा था मैं स्टेज पे एंड मकरंद वॉज देयर, ही वॉज अकम्पनिंग मी. आई पुट आउट दिस वीडियो ऑन इंस्टाग्राम. So he was accompanying me and this client of mine or uncle, he said कि एक रिक्वेस्ट करूँ मैं आपसे. I was like हाँ प्लीज़. तो आपका तो बर्थडे है. तो he was like अच्छा सो ये लाइन है, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, जो आज जाने की जितना हम गा रहे थे. इट्स लाइक आप इसको जितने तरीके से गा सकते हो ना एक बार सुनाओ मुझे. Which client asks you to do that first of all, okay?
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
like, आप खेलो इसके साथ, हम यही हैं. And 15 minutes I was just singing it in different ways, every time a different way. And you know like repeat पे पूरा time वही गाया हमने. And that was such a great experience for me first of all, because having an audience which wants to you know explore you as a musician, कि what all can you do?
Yeah.
Because people are like 4 बार भी एक लाइन गा दो ना, they get bored.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
1:30 बजे he was like chalo please, and I was like sure. That like at that
Wow.
point Makran and I were like, this is not about money and we are not performing because we are paid for this. But the fact that there's a
Yeah.
client who wants us to explore these musical boundaries and you know like क्या क्या कर सकते हो आप एक ही लाइन के साथ में, exactly what you were saying, you know कि उसी को इमोशनली इतने तरीक़ों से इतना मज़ा आया वो परफॉर्मेंस करने में, इतना
Wow.
मज़ा आया. लाइक यू डोंट गेट दीज अपॉर्चुनिटीज़. 1:30 के
You
पौने
don't.
3 बज गए and we were like still performing and we were like okay now we're going to wrap up. क्योंकि you know
क्योंकि dinner. Yeah.
then
oh
we
my
had
God.
dinner 3:30 बजे and then we left around 5 or so. But the fact that you know like you need teachers who can teach you to express yourself like that. So
Yeah.
thank you to my Guru Ma, but she's given so much things I'll never forget. And you know this is what a good
Wow.
guru and a good teacher can do for you. Also Swati, I know you've released 4 singles and I'm a huge fan of all of them, especially Reverie. Can you tell us a little bit about the songwriting process and how you know get through them? What was your process of creating those singles?
Alright. So I started writing songs once I was finally settled back in Delhi. It took me about 3-4 months once I was back from SAM. I got an apartment, I got a job, and you know I was just once finally when I felt like I have finally settled in,
Yeah.
that's when I started investing more time. Like there were only 2 goals for me. I had kept them like once. Basically, when I was finishing SAM, a month before that, I thought it through and I realized that I need to have right away, you know, direction of where I want to take this.
Absolutely.
2 direction I had. One which was I have to perform a lot. I wanted to. The other was I
Right.
want to create my own music and put it, you know, there and share it with everybody. So
Correct.
now the third was to get a job, get settled, and like so that I have, you know, monetary independence.
Correct.
Once the third thing was the first thing that I did, it's done. Now I tried to invest more time. I tried to just keep 2 days a week free. Absolutely.
Okay.
No job, no nothing. Just 2 days I'm absolutely free, and that is the days those are the days like I'm practicing every day, but those are specifically for songwriting, specifically for composing.
Correct.
And I was I didn't know songwriting at all. Like we had no module in SAM which was teaching
Correct.
us that specifically. So
होना चाहिए.
it was something, yeah, I know, right? So it was something entirely new for me to try. Plus, I'm not good with words at all. I'm good with melody, composition, arranging,
Tell
everything.
me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to words, I suck really bad, and I don't know. It doesn't come naturally to me. I'm not somebody who knows who knew a lot of poetry or who knew,
Correct.
you know, text basically. So it was something very out of my comfort zone, lyrics. and I started writing in 2018. I wrote a few songs, a couple of them, and I still go back to them. And I see that I still enjoy the melodies, I still enjoy the composition. I hate what I've written lyrically.
That's all of us.
Oh my, yeah, like the lyrics are very, very immature, basically.
Yeah, see, that happens, you know, with everyone. It's like the first few things that you're going to write is going to be crap. I mean, okay, but yeah, almost all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I think that's where I started too. Uh, I wrote a few songs until I finally wrote the one that I was like, okay, this is good. This I want to,
yeah,
keep as my one of the 4 songs from my EP. So I always wanted to have an EP instead of just singles.
Yeah.
But I wanted to also release them as one and one and one. So I was
Yeah.
going for like that duo thing. But I was writing a lot. I think wrote 12 songs, including a few Hindi as well.
Oh wow.
Which were not up to the mark. Obviously,
I
that's
need
why
to
they're
listen
not
to
out.
them.
Maybe come. I'll play it for you. But yeah, those 10 12 songs that I wrote, I was maintaining a diary where I was writing everything about how good I would grade my own self. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm my own self critique. I can critique
Perfect.
myself like anything. Yeah. So those songs never made it, but I think the very first one that I wrote which was good, I felt, was Whale, the first release. And like
Yes.
every song that I've written, I've released them like that. Like because I
Okay.
had wrote them like that. Whale was
Yeah.
first, and then there was Air, then there was Reverie, and then there was Fallout. Uh, Now, finally, when I was writing better, I think after those months, I was out with all the cliche that I could think of, all the normal things that I could think of. And that's when I finally took a step back and started writing what I actually was feeling,
Oh wow.
and not what something could be, Earlier,
Correct.
I would sit down with ideas that, what, I want to write about this because I relate to it and I
Correct.
like it.
Correct.
But it wasn't
Of course.
something that I was feeling at that point. So once I finally started writing what I was feeling, that's when it became brutally honest. It became super vulnerable, and the music, the melody, the lyrics, everything just sort of started flowing better,
Correct.
and it just made sense. It started to make so much more sense, and I started to feel like this is it. So I think when it comes to songwriting, one of the major things you want to feel is either it is or it's not. So
Correct.
the moment you are there
You
and
need
the this is
clarity,
it
yeah.
phase, yeah, that clarity, and that clarity can only come if you are clear in your head.
Correct.
You can be confused. Obviously, you can write a song about confusion for sure. You just need to be clear about what you're feeling. That's all.
Correct.
That's all. And just put it down, pen it down, or play it down, whatever, and start from there. Probably something which is super honest.
Correct.
That's all.
Correct.
That was my main thing. I always wanted to, and I didn't know I would be writing about my own life, but I think that was the very first thing you start to write when you're trying to write.
You write about
It
your
comes from your own,
experiences, yeah.
stems from, yeah, from your own personal problems, or from what you're facing, or from what the life that you want. So gradually now, like, I'm so much more in the zone. I know what works for me personally,
Yeah.
and that's what is important.
That's
You
very.
need to know
That's
what
very
works
good.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's how I've grown. So 2018 songs were like, and then
Come on,
finally
they were
the EP
amazing.
songs. I think 20. I think on the second half of 2018 is when I finally wrote the songs I love, and 19 I recorded them or whatever. I was still
Yeah,
writing. I
yeah.
think them. Yeah, now it's all vague, but 2020 is finally when I released all of these, while I was still writing more. So this year probably I grew a lot in terms of lyrics. Now they happen naturally, which is something I've worked on a lot.
Yeah.
Whichever part of your songwriting or your art is you feel not there yet, or you feel is
Yeah,
weak,
yeah, yeah.
weaker than the rest. So you have to work on your strengths, but obviously you have to read a lot
Yeah.
to make the weak stable.
Correct.
To be a little
Correct.
more confident about it. And I've always been one of those people who are very daring. Like
I know, I know.
take chances. Yeah, I take chances. I take risks like anything. But at the same time, no, I need to feel confident that I can do this. And that confidence does not come from people telling me that ये तो बहुत अच्छा है. It has never came from that.
Correct,
Never.
correct.
Because most of that could also be just out of,
Yeah,
their
love
love
and
for
care
me.
and this and
Or maybe
correct.
it's genuine, but I don't want to base my confidence on what people might be thinking. It comes from my own self, and it comes majorly when I either know it or no, not. I
Correct.
always keep it black and white. It cannot be grey. Ki, I don't know. That unsurety, that self-doubt has always crippled me, and I don't like it ever. So the moment starts to come back, I like throw it off. I'm like, wait, let my critique tell me
Yeah.
what to do. I will keep it in my mind, but let my inspiration talk. So I see myself as like two things. One is my inspiration, muse, which I call
Yeah.
my muse.
Yeah. And that's where
The other is-
muso comes from.
Okay. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. So one part is muse, the other part is my critic.
Of course.
So that's how I am, and
That's how it should
it's
be.
just which one I want to give my woe. So when I'm creating, I obviously give it to the muse.
Correct.
When I'm editing, I give it to my critic.
Correct.
And when I'm on my initial stages of ideas, I don't listen to my critic at all, because it's just gonna interfere with my
I
muse,
know.
which is trying to experiment and trying to be out there and like do something which is out of the ordinary, out of my comfort zone. So that's how I think my songwriting started to develop more. My composition started to develop more. My music arrangements, everything are still growing.
I love them.
But I think the most I have grown is in the section of lyrics and in the section of being able to translate what I want to
Correct.
say. And I think that you guys will able to, you will be hearing this year when most of my recent music comes out. Hopefully.
Amazing.
So that's when you can see you'd be able to tell, I think.
Correct.
Even with the songs I've released, I love them. I absolutely love them. There's nothing I'll change about them. Like I go back and I listen to it and I'm like, no, I don't want to change anything.
Yeah.
This is it. No, nothing. Seriously, I love how they are. I can see
Correct.
variations of it, versions of it,
Correct.
but I would not change the original.
Of course.
Personally, and that's how confident I was with those
Wow.
songs when I finally was like ready.
That's the
to
black
come
and white, clear as day.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
That I wanted that. Yeah, and you can call it like too much detailing or whatever. Like I'm into details a lot. Like I love to work on the details.
great, yeah.
everything that matters to me. Yeah, but I don't want to be I have to draw the line between becoming a very perfectionist kind, like I want everything perfect, to I want this at least, like this much I want for sure.
Yeah.
Now iske aage theek hai, ab thoda wo hua, ye hua, it's fine. Like mistakes are okay,
Correct.
but I want it to be crisp and filled with details.
Correct.
Anyway.
That's amazing.
I think yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's majorly where my songwriting has grown, I feel. Talking specifically about Reverie
Yeah.
now that you've asked me. So around last year when the lockdowns had just started,
Yeah.
I think I had just released another single and I was prepping for Reverie to be released. It was also a lockdown, new thing that happened to all of us. We were trying to figure out how to go about our days in the lockdown, how to get back to work suddenly when everything is just so scary. And it's super scary to be alone, living
I
alone
know.
in times like these. So I was under a lot of processing and lot of like, what's going on? What can I do? How can I go and, get to my release now? Around that time, I think Reverie took its major shape. Like it took its wings and it started to fly, basically,
yeah.
because I was feeling the song more than ever. Reverie which talks about, being alone in your dream place, like in a happy place, a place that has always given you comfort.
Yeah.
It has always been there for you when you wanted it. But somehow now you're lonely. By the end of the song especially, you're a little lonely. Not little, you're alone. That's the whole point of the song, that you feel alone. And I don't know what you want. It can be a person, maybe you just want to be yourself, whole again.
Yeah.
You know, it could be your own interpretation of it, but from where I was coming from, I knew that I was in my happy place, but I wasn't feeling, I was feeling a void,
Correct.
which needed to be filled. I don't know with what. So Reverie stemmed from that, and
Wow.
it just was giving me comfort, but was also like literally me speaking that, I'm here alone.
First of all,
So
you're not
that's,
alone.
yeah,
First of all, but absolutely, the fact, and this is so universal right now, like everybody can connect to it. So the
yeah,
fact that
yeah.
you felt
It's a
something,
beautiful one.
yeah, the fact that you felt something and you create something and then everybody can relate to it, like a lot of people can relate to it. Wow, it gives me chills. It's like this is actually why I wanted to pursue music and not just do business of some sorts and things like that, because if you can create something here and it can impact somebody's life thousands of kilometers away, years away from now, and
Yeah,
that's just another level of wow.
yeah. That's a gift.
It's a gift, Vardhan.
Oh God. Oh,
Sorry.
it's so slightly like putting your name, your Muso talks, everything has been referred to. Even Nescafe has been referred to. So cool. I like that.
But amazing. I'd love to hear this song from you if you can do that for us, if you can perform it for us.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Lost in reverie of that hidden place, buried in my memory. You can find its trace, where you will see sakura bloom, where you will find that bird in bloom, where you will hear that filmy tune, where you will feel your heart groove. All calm and quiet that you wish are here and here alone. And I've tried to make it true, but I'm here alone. I tried. Yeah, so that was Reverie, a little bit
Wow.
of it.
That was amazing, dude. That was beautiful, Swati.
You're too
Loved
kind.
it. Loved
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. I mean, I know I am too kind, but this is too nice.
Well
This
done,
is
yaar.
no, but seriously, yaar, maza aa gaya. This was so nice, and I can't wait to hear it live.
Oh yeah.
Have you performed
can't
it
wait to
somewhere like
perform.
live?
Once I have, yeah, in Hideaway, Goa. So
wow.
I think I went there in 2019. Yeah, by then I was done with the song. Like I had already written it, recorded it, and everything, but it wasn't out. So I performed it when it wasn't even out.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? But
It's
you have to, I
amazing.
mean. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it was
Of
one
course.
of the special
course.
performances
Wow.
for me.
It's always going to be memorable for you, like the first time you
Yeah.
performed this song live. Crazy. Amazing.
No, but even what you're doing is amazing. Like you've been one of the most productive person I know,
Are, come
and
on.
you are using
Thank you.
these weird times by being super productive. So like, kudos to you because I know how difficult it is right now.
Ye-
It's really difficult to be
Yeah.
this productive and to be able to cover so much work.
Yeah.
So
The reason why I started this podcast is because, otherwise we are missing out on so many great artists and their music and their stories and journeys, you know. So, which
yeah,
is not worth missing out, I think, because there is so much that I got to learn from you and from other speakers, and that's so helpful for me and everybody who's listening. Everybody is joining the show. Everybody is, uh, it's for all the musicians who are still starting out, because the cream is
absolutely.
never in the top 100 Apple Music playlist and Spotify playlist. That's what I believe.
Seriously.
And
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you and I both know that how much, suppose, Eleonora or Gabriel or their music has touched us, and this literally moved us from within, and it's inspired us so much. And
Hmm.
that, after listening to him, that was the point where I realized, oh shit, there's so much that needs to be covered and heard. And it's like you need to have platforms for, I think, even 100, say, different podcasts for, for such music to be heard are not enough, because,
Yeah.
and obviously TK, a lot of people are starting out and everything, but like, this is where you see, the raw talent and the raw beauty of it come to life. And
Yeah.
things, songs like yours and all the other artists that we're listening to,
Mhm.
I'm so glad that I'm able to do this and host lovely people like you.
Oh my God, it has been absolutely my pleasure, seriously. And not just saying it, but I really mean it because what you're doing here is having conversations about journey, about
Yeah.
how it happened. The how. We don't talk about the how more often. We don't, like, I mean, maybe with the press release and everything, or
Yeah.
whenever the press covers you, you talk a little, but that's so little still. There's
Yeah.
so much more before that song happened, and nobody knows about that.
Correct. That's
One song ka to we have the press release, but
absolutely.
what happened? How did you reach there? Your musicality, and you're giving us a chance to speak about our journey. It's not that we can be verbal about it in online as well, but this is so beautiful to have a conversation about this, and maybe something from what we've spoken can initiate a spark or initiate a little bit of inspiration on somebody to see things with more clarity or just connect.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know
It's my pleasure to do it,
so
first of all.
thanks,
And
thank you for
just
doing this.
just the fact that there's one more thing that I want to add. So I used to be that guy who was just stuck in his bedroom, all the time, and didn't really get into the music scene like that, because I was doing my own private gatherings and weddings and all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
that is not where you learn music, you know. And connecting with
Yeah.
you and Gabriel and like so many artists at Sam and KM and all that, that is actually what shapes you as a musician. Like connecting to familiar and non-familiar artists. So I remember, like,
Yeah.
एक incident याद आ गया मुझे, एक incident याद आ गया मुझे, and so I shared not my room but the apartment with Vatsal, okay, and Vatsal and Sachin,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
Sachin. And no, I didn't share it with Sachin, but he used to come to my apartment every morning. Because he
Yeah.
was like,
Oh
yeah, I
yes.
used to come
You
to
guys
my.
were always together, obviously.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like, I know, and he's such a lovely person. And hota
I
kya tha
love him.
that I was, if you remember, like, I was always that spiritual guy, Om likhna and meditation karna and all that.
Yeah.
And I used to like wake up
Yeah.
calm and all that. And
Yeah.
I मैं उठता था उस टाइम पे, सचिन अपार्टमेंट में आ जाता था. And he used to he used to listen to like heavy rock and like Bullet for Valentine and way more like metal and all that. बस सुबह सुबह वो सुन रहा होता था. And I was like,
Yeah.
bro, what are you doing there? And It's like, what, bro? What are you listening to, man? Like, wake up, come on. It's 6:30. I'm like, wow, 6:30 baje hai, bhai. Like, used to be like ready
Oh,
and
that's a
sharp and all that,
beauty.
yeah. And the fact that, I was like, why don't I actually try it? सुबह उठते ही heavy rock and metal सुनो. Like, it doesn't make sense, like, in that way, but that's what you do. Like, you sometimes you adapt things and you take things which are absolutely unfamiliar to you. And then
Yeah.
what I used to do is उठे नहीं उठते तो नहीं, like during my shower and everything, I'll put his playlist. जो भी,
Okay.
those heavy rock and metal songs. I don't remember which band I used to listen to, but and dude, it used to pump me for the entire day.
Yeah.
And I was like, मेरा पूरा दिन ऐसे जाता था, oh wow, like what's next, like so pumped. And I was like, मैं क्यों ऐसे शांत उठता हूँ रोज? So it was amazing to pick up things from like you and everybody else. I remember you used to watch that BBC ka pura history of music sort of, that big documentary, and we used to listen to Hans Zimmer scores and everything else. Like, everything was in one place.
Yeah.
Like, one place I'm listening to metal, and one place I'm listening to Hans Zimmer, one place I'm listening to all the orchestral parts, and being a producer, I'm doing so many, different genres, hip hop and whatnot, and
Yeah.
so being in that space was so amazing.
Yeah. So, I think just I wanted to add this that
Amazing.
you need to spend time with yourself.
Yeah, you need to live first, and then
Yeah.
talk about that life through music, compared to just
Yeah.
keep writing and not live your life.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
You need to get in touch with yourself. Like, you need to be one with your thoughts.
Correct.
The
That's
more
so
you're able
important.
to do that, the better you're able to translate your feelings through music, because that's another source you're putting your feelings into.
Correct.
Now, how do you match it to what you're feeling? If you're feeling
Wow.
this much and translating only this much. And that is what I think happened with what I was writing before. It was this. I'm just trying to match it up now.
Correct.
Just trying to match what I'm
Correct.
feeling
Correct.
to
Wow.
what I'm actually bringing out.
That's amazing. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Just gives gives a completely new perspective to look at things. But that's amazing. Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much for sharing that.
I'm
That
glad.
was lovely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It
Yeah,
has been an absolute
My
pleasure as
pleasure.
I've
Yeah.
spoken.
Amazing.
And thank you for listening so nice,
Arre.
so beautifully, and you're a great person to have a great conversation with. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
It's only water now, though,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I know, यार चाय पानी हो गई है. चलो, you take care and let's catch up soon.
Yeah. Absolutely. Have a great
Chal,
day, man.
thanks,
Thank
yeah.
you for
Take
having
care.
me. Bye.
Bye. So guys, I really hope you liked this conversation with Swati Bhatt. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. And I really hope to see you in the next one.
Coming back to life.